The Soviets launched a massive air assault campaign, something that turned out to be a complete failure, as you can see with the remnants and fire and rubble that lays on the battlefield. We do have a few areas of penetration, and we're going to continue to exploit this because our American forces are going to provide backup, and we have tons of M1 Abrams en route to destroy and encircle the Soviets. As you can see, this is our battlefield, and we do have a massive pocket of Soviets right here that we need to somehow effectively neutralize. And I'm going to explain how to do that in this video as we encircle the Soviet force and effectively collapse in on them and destroy them. But before we get started, if you like military strategy, tactics, and doctrine and seeing it applied to strategy games, this is definitely the channel for you, so make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the Patreon for after action reports, and head on over to the community tabs for after video discussions. So let's do a brief overview. Over here, my opponent launched a massive air assault campaign as well. He split his two main assaulting forces up. The Americans destroyed this bridge, which effectively slowed their assault. As the Americans flew across these valleys and fields, our Vulcan cannons essentially shot them out of the skies with little to no recourse, and it was honestly a spectacle to behold. Up here, you can see what looks to be just tons and tons of Soviet rubble and leftover vehicles and fires burning throughout this town. Unfortunately, we did have a small unit up here of, I believe, 3 or 4 Bradleys and a command unit. You can see my opponent's pulled his T-80s back to resecure this objective, and we've actually moved M1 Abrams up to counter this. So there was a pocket of T-80s that broke through our defensive line up here on this northern side, but it was honestly, as you can see, with our much smaller force and better positioning, we have effectively destroyed a massive air assault and BRDM assault. Here we do have a few Reese vehicles. They're BRDMs. They don't really have any anti-tank, so I'm not super concerned about this vehicle. Right here we have a BRDM or a BMP. It doesn't look to hold any anti-tank either. It does have a bunch of ammo, but he is not moving forward. And then we have this small penetration right here. These are T-80s, 3 of them that we need to shut down. For our first move, we're going to pull back our artillery because we don't want to lose this artillery unit. It still has a bunch of ammo, and as you can see, we have several, I believe, looks to be 4, 5, almost 15 M1 Abrams moving up to reinforce our fighting position right here. And then if we come down here, you can see there's a massive Soviet force. We've actually been going blow to blow down here, me and my opponent, almost the entire game. We had a really small force, but we had much better positioning. As you can see, we had all of these hillsides, and he tried to move his way up, but our Bradleys and our Bradleys and TOWs destroyed everything that came up into this position. As you can see, I do have a mechanized vehicle unit right here. This was my attempt to resecure this objective, and we do have a little bit of penetration right here, but we do have this massive front line starting to form with no real units and anything we can do to stop that. So I'm going to go over how I'm going to maneuver up my units, and we're going to go through this quick turn playthrough. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to pull back this artillery, this M10-9A2, just to get it out of firing range of that tank. I don't want him, like, right, we don't want to lose a unit we don't have to lose. So this M10's going to pull back. Here we have, I'm moving our M48 anti-aircraft gun up to deal with this little pocket of M24s that are moving up. I believe there's 3. Ideally, they're not super threatening to me because, as you can see, they're low ammo, so he honestly really needs to pull them back and get them resupplied. I mean, they could possibly have some guns on them, but I'm not expecting any rockets. As you can see, this unit right here has a bunch of ammo, but they're also, if we scroll down, their morale's really low, so I'm not overly concerned with that unit. This is the pocket of resistance that I'm concerned about, especially these T-80s right here. I don't really have any anti-tank in position, so what I'm going to do, I do have this TOW right here. I don't think it has line of sight on anything. Actually, it does, so we're going to leave this TOW in position to deal with these T-80s right here, as you can see with that line of sight. So we're going to hit escape because that's not what we wanted to do. Next up, we're going to possibly pull this unit. We're going to move on to this objective, see if it allows us to recapture it. I'm not overly concerned with this position. And we're going to continue to maneuver, looks like a 40 millimeter grenade. We're going to maneuver this unit down the field to get into position as well down here. These are just initial moves. We're not doing anything out of the ordinary. This unit, I believe, is what is it, Bradley, with looks like MK-19 grenade launchers, heavy machine guns, and dragons. So this is a good anti-tank vehicle. And as you can see, we do have a pocket of mechanized forces accumulating down there. So we're going to grab this unit, and we're going to attempt to get him into the fight as well. We're going to just reposition our waypoint. And then we are going to continue to move this unit. Ideally, I think I'm just going to put him right here, reposition that waypoint so we can engage this T-80. These are M1 Abrams. They have fantastic morale, a bunch of ammo, and they're really ready to go fight some Soviets right now. So we should basically destroy this pocket of T-80 soon, and this penetration point is going to be effectively neutralized. We really need to get forces down here. And as you can see, we have a massive M1 Abrams platoon that are moving into position. So we're going to realign some of these points. As you can see, we don't really want these units going up there right this moment because we have a much bigger pocket of resistance down here that we need to stop, because these are massive points that we need to secure. Ideally, they're not going to get there right now. And this is another Vulcan anti-aircraft vehicle. I'm going to continue to get this unit into position so he can take on the Mi-24s that are currently moving up, as you can see. And then this unit's just going to move into position as well. It's a heavy machine gun. I'm going to pull him up here. I don't think that's a really good spot for him, but he can engage some of these units, and honestly, I'd rather have him a bit more cover. Maybe down there might be better. So that's how we're going to continue to maneuver our forces in this lower area as we attempt to really stop this breakthrough that's happening down here on this southern flank. This one I'm not overly concerned about. As you can see, we have this M1 that's going to engage that. These units are going to continue to move south. So this is actually on call. We're just going to put this unit on call. That's little artillery, M106A2. Smaller artillery, but we're not super worried about that. We do have this tank positioned up here because there was a pocket of T-80s attempting to move on us. It looks like this T-80s and BMP, as you can see, they're on hold order, so we're going to have trouble driving them off this position. So what I'm going to do, ideally, I'm just going to move this unit back. I don't really want to go blow to blow with the T-80s with this headquarters unit. I don't think they're going to survive this assault. He got left behind. And honestly, as Americans, we should attempt to break through and re-meet with our HQ unit. We're going to see how this plays out. Honestly, this southern part is more important to us right now. That's really where a lot of our points are and our objectives are. I lost sight. There was a T-80. I'm not sure if he pulled him back. So we're just going to go with that. And then we're going to launch this turn. And we're going to click on some of our fire supports. See what we have. As you can see, we have this unit as well. And we're going to put him on call because everything needs to be on call right now. And this M11, ooh, that's long range, on call as well. I don't really want to call any artillery in right now because no one's really static. I mean, this unit up here is static. This unit that's on hold, he's pretty static. We could drop a bunch of artillery on him and not really worry about it because he's going to be in that position for at least 30 minutes. He's screened orders, so if he wanted to move, it'd take 15 minutes. And let's launch this battle. So realistically, all our tanks are just going to start. Oh, that tank engaged our anti-aircraft. That's not good. I didn't know he had line of sight on him. It looks like they tried to drop artillery. I didn't know. So I think they were dropping artillery on this HQ long before. That's why I pulled him off that objective. So I'm not going to sit here and let him drop endless amounts of like mortars, artillery, and airburst weapons on me, you know? It's not really smart to do. So, and there it is. That's exactly what I wanted. I wanted this this M1 to engage these T-80s, which worked almost effectively. And as you saw, I mentioned earlier that there was a pocket of T-80s up north that I didn't have eyes on right now. It looks like we have a massive armor assault that's trying to break through, but we do have an M1 Abrams up there that's going to shut that down at some point. So, as you can see, our M1 Abrams is taking turns with that T-80. That's one T-80 effectively neutralized, and I have him in a town, so he should have a lot of cover. Our M1s continue to move south. Our other M1 continues to move up, flanking that T-80. And our HQ is probably taking fire, which is unfortunate. Alright, two T-80s destroyed, ATGM launched, and just like that, that Reese vehicle is being dealt with. So here we are still on this middle area where there's a bit of penetration that we pretty much just stopped. 2 Whiskeys, BRDMs, they're really pushing up to that northern flank. I'm not sure if they're trying to consolidate their forces, right? Because now they have a bunch of M1 Abrams online, we have a bunch of T-80s, and that massive, their initial air assault really is what did them in. They continue to drop artillery up on that point by the HQ, which is not going to be effective for them. I don't know why they continue to do that, but it could be, like I said, it was because I had a unit there previously, which I've retreated, which was honestly one of the smarter things I've done this round. All right, and there's still that massive southern force that's forming down there. We don't really have a lot of options. This unit up there, as you can see, is on that bridge. I think I have him to destroy the bridge, but I don't quite remember. That's a another massive air assault coming in. All right. Our anti-air needs to get back into position to shut down this air assault that's moving up. And their T-80s continue to move north. Not much going on. There you go. All right, we begin to engage those Mi-4s. Looks like he has two more air assault brigades coming in. This is looking a bit rough on that southern flank. I don't really want to continue this northern fight because there's massive amounts of just force buildup. As you can see, all those Mi-4 Hinds are suppressing those mechanized units down there, and they don't really have much anti-air support. So this is a new development right here. As you can see, we have a pretty massive force right there, a Soviet force attempting to break through. These tanks are going to be good, but ideally we really need this anti-air to get into position before we can make any effective counters. We really do want to collapse on units if we can. This is unfortunate. We have a bit of an encirclement happening right here on these 2 units. This unit's still trying to move into position, but these Hinds are going to run into a bit of a fight. And we have a much bigger encirclement. He's trying to collapse. Like, if you look here on this mini-map, we have a small breakthrough. Oh, they straight up moved right onto that cavalry scout. Oh, that's a battle right there. I don't feel good for that guy. M1s continue to move into position. As you can see, we have a massive tank army coming up. This HQ got destroyed. It looks like, and we lost sight of anything on that objective. But we do have an M1 that's going to hold that flank for us. These Mi-4 Hinds are just going to tear us up. M24s down here at least until this AA gets online. We did recapture this. We're probably going to lose these 2 objectives. We're going to attempt to prevent an encirclement right here, but it's not something I see that likely. This is a small skirmish going on in the middle of the map. As you saw, we do have one M1 support, which I think is going to shut down most vehicles, because what are these? These look to be BRDMs with Sager missiles. We should be able to neutralize them. I'm not super concerned about them. They're still going blow for blow right there. Fully resupplied. All right, we have some units that are getting resupplied. That's phenomenal. We were running low on ammo. This encirclement's quite scary, but we do have a front line, so if they do try and push forward right here, we're just going to shut anything down as they move in. That was part of the plan. Yeah, unfortunately, we lost this unit. I mean, I wasn't expecting much, and there you go. This unit down here, our mechanized rifle platoon with the dragons, they do have line of sight. And these guys have been in the fight for so long. There's some on-call artillery. Fantastic drop by them. They continue. All right, looks like they're splitting their air assault up. Honestly, this is our main issue right here. These 4 Vulcans need to get into position before our tanks get into position, because they're going to be shredded by these M24s, and then that's going to kind of ruin everything. So I'm kind of disappointed that they're not moving as fast as I'd like them to. Hopefully some of our mechanized units can blunt their assault. I know they were low on ammo, so hopefully they expend a lot of ammo on the other units. I'm not overly concerned. There goes some artillery, BTR, KIA. That's fantastic. continue to shut down. Man, these guys are fighters in here. They're on a screen too. They should be backing up. All right, 1 minute left in this battle. And then once it's done, this unit continues to engage these Mi-4s. And our tow missile is engaging that. Ooh, 2. And on-call artillery. 2 BTRs gone in that area. This air assault continues to push up. Not overly concerned. I mean, we don't really have much of a defense for them right at this moment. Oh, they do have a T-80. Looks like they have a group of T-80s right here. This Vulcan needs to move up. We'll move him next turn. If we can get him to position, these aren't going to stand a chance. That Vulcan itself will take down like 10 of those, no problem. We have fantastic air defense. Was that a jet? Did you hear a jet noise? They got jets? We don't have any fire support jets. Ooh, that ain't good. Soviets launching another massive air assault on us. But that's effectively the video, guys. Just one of the turns and Flashpoint campaigns. I hope you enjoyed it. Peace out.